Today we're going to talk about playing with backing tracks for your assignments and how to do that best and how to do it well so that you get good grades on your assignments and you become a better player on your instrument. So step one when you get an assignment is to listen to the backing track, and the goal is to become familiar with the melody. Familiar, think family. And you know your family members, you recognize your family members when you see them. Would you recognize the melody if you heard it randomly throughout the day? And ask yourself, can you sing the melody? So I've got one of the assignments up here, and
34.
the first step
Doodle all day.
would be to listen over and over. As I'm listening, I'm following along with the music. And when I say listen to the backing track, don't do it once. You've got to do it many times so that you become familiar with it. Okay? The next step you guys want to think about is practicing without the backing track. So maybe you've got your book, or you can look at the music in the video, and you're going to practice the music in small chunks and then put those chunks together to form larger chunks. So maybe I would just pick these two measures as a chunk that I should practice. Okay, if you play it correctly, that's good. You want to try to play it correctly 5 times in a row before you think you've really got it. If you find that you make a mistake, you recognize it because you've heard the melody many times, you're familiar with it. That just tells you that you need to practice more. That, well, yes, I play it correctly sometimes, but sometimes I mess up. So I need to play it 5 times in a row without messing up before I really believe that I've got it. Okay, I would start in small chunks, maybe these 2 measures, maybe these 2 measures, and then I would combine the chunks, maybe these 4 measures, and practice them again and again, 5 times correctly before I move on. Don't forget to look up any fingerings in your fingering chart. Okay, if there are any notes you don't know, don't just guess. Take a look in your fingering chart and figure it out. And sometimes you're going to have to check the key signature over here to see if a certain note is flat or if it's sharp or if it's natural, because you're going to notice if you play the wrong kind of note, if you play a natural instead of a flat or a sharp instead of a natural, you're going to hear it because of step 1, because you're familiar with the melody. Okay, so once you've done that, you can start practicing with the backing track. Step 2 was practice without. Step 3 is practice with. If I feel comfortable with this melody, I'm going to start practicing with the backing track. And a lot of you have said to me that it's hard to play with the backing track. And I would have to agree. The backing track doesn't stop and start. It doesn't let you miss a note and recover and fix it and then keep going. The backing track cruises along and it can leave you in the dust. So that's why you want to practice without it first, and then you want to try to practice with it. So if I try to practice this with the backing track
all day.
So I was pretty successful there, just staying with the backing track. But you might find that when you try to play with the backing track, that there are certain spots where you might mess up. I might mess up right here. In that case, what I have to do is take a step back, stop the backing track, and try to fix any mistakes that I've discovered. As I'm listening to the backing track and playing, I'm splitting my focus. I'm listening to my own playing, and I'm listening to the music, to the backing track. I have to compare them in the moment. That's why I really have to practice first before I start doing this. I have to feel very comfortable playing the music before I start to play with the backing track, because now I'm going to be multitasking. Now I'm listening to the backing track and seeing if I fit exactly with it. If I don't fit, maybe I need to go back to step 2 and practice without the backing track for a little while. Also, you have various tools that you can use in YouTube. You can slow down the video. You can change the playback speed here, or you can set a custom playback speed to 95% or 75%, 70%, anything there that might help you. So I'm going to move on. If I feel really comfortable with the backing track, I'm going to go to step 4, which is to record my video. I just need to double check before I record, have I completed the first 3 steps? Have I listened to the backing track and has it become my family? Have I become familiar with that melody? Have I practiced without the backing track? Have I practiced with the backing track? Okay, I'm ready to record, so I'm going to record myself. Once I record myself, I'm not going to submit it right away. I'm going to listen to the video that I recorded. And if it's good, I'm going to submit it. If it doesn't sound the best, you know what? I might need to go back to step 1. I might need to go back to step 2. I might need to recover and start practicing again. And so the important thing here is that you start this process. Start step 1 on the day the assignment is assigned. Start listening on Sunday, listen on Monday, listen on Tuesday, so that you have time to become familiar with the melody. Start practicing without the backing track on that first day. It takes time for you to kind of absorb this information, for you to learn the fingerings, for you to feel comfortable playing the music, and then to put it with the backing track. So give yourself some time for these 4 steps. All right, guys, I hope that helps for any future assignments using backing tracks, which there will be plenty. Have a good day.